I was diagnosed in 2018 by my general practitioner, who immediately sent me to a hematologist. So I was a little worried because it happened pretty quickly. I was pretty healthy. I've always have eaten good and exercised. And I saw a hematologist within a week. She had sent me there, and he told me it would be a long time before I needed treatment. So I would just be doing the 6-month checkup and basically just waiting. I didn't get a lot of answers, nor did I really pay attention because I was just in a cloud. My head was just in a cloud. But once I was able to process it, I immediately started looking for, what I needed to know in researching CLL. Yes, I went to the internet, but I found out you were not supposed to. And just connecting with people. I did find CLL Society, the support group, and that was great. I found some online support groups as well. And I just started learning everything I could about CLL. Everyone was saying to see a CLL specialist. So I asked my husband, and I was really worried about it. I didn't know how much all this was going to cost us, but we both felt it was a good idea. So that's what we did. We went to MD Anderson, found a CLL specialist there, and did consultation and blood work and all that in January. So really that was just a few months after I was diagnosed. So I was pretty excited about that and getting to learn a little bit more about, what I had and what I had to go look forward to. He also agreed that I was pretty young and healthy, and it might be a long time before I would need treatment, but it was there. And he would also check me once a year. So I was going to go to my local guy for 6 months, and then he would make the year lab draws in appointments. So we decided that was good. And before we knew it, within a couple of years, my numbers really just went crazy. So we by then I was seeing another CLL specialist in Dallas who had just moved there and started his camp there with the CLL community. And I was going to him like every 3 months at that point because my blood counts were going in the direction that we did not want them to go. And then the pandemic year started, and at that point we decided I would be going into treatment. So I literally started the very same time the pandemic started. So we really weren't sure what was going to happen. And we were just going to take it, week at a time of lab draw infusion, one at a time, just to see how it went. And it all went well. I took the ECOG clinical trial in Dallas, and that was the one that both my CLL specialists in Houston at MD Anderson and my local CLL specialists recommended. And I decided to do the treatment in Dallas, since this was, pretty much where I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that's what I did. I'm very lucky, blessed to have a family that's very supportive. And really, this is not just me, it's also them. So we really communicated from the beginning what I should do, how things were going to happen. And, I had their support, and we immediately started the treatment in April of 2020. So I did the treatment and everything was great. I was kind of scared doing some of the paperwork because the words are pretty scary, that this could happen, this could happen, this could happen. But I really just was okay because I knew that I could pull out of the trial at any time. And that was something that was comforting. And, I had the power to do that. So I went ahead and signed all the paperwork, did my treatment. Everything really worked as well as it could. So we did that during the pandemic, like I said, and things were a little bit different. And as far as going into the clinic and having all that done, my son took me to a lot of the infusions. He would wait for me in the car, and those long hours. So I was really appreciative appreciated him for all his efforts to make me feel comfortable as we could. So there was the clinical trial included having a diary where I would write down how I feel, how, things were different. And so it's really kind of interesting to listen to your body and not really knowing if it's the meds that were affecting it, your lifestyle, or just anything in general. But I had never done that before. So that was quite interesting. Every little thing, my eyes were twitching or whatever it was. And then some other things that were not real comfortable. And, I would write them down in my little diaries and report that, as that was part of the trial. So I was just really being closely monitored. And all of a sudden, we were starting to do some of the other tests, and then they were finding other issues with my health that were identified. So we, did that, and ended up having some other health issues, and those were treated, and I'm doing really well with everything else from that. So that's one thing I would have never known that I had. I had an appendix cancer, and they found that and took that. That was really easy. And just some other things that I'm able to address now. So from the testing that was involved with the trial. But I did finish the trial in September 2021, and I am happy to report I am in clinical remission. And there's really not better news than that. So I'm hoping for a very, very long time. I think they were telling me it was like 7 years is what the people who have gone through this trial so far. I would take that, but I hope for, like for more than that, but we will see. There's so many trials out there, so that I would encourage anyone to talk to their doctors and get involved in with your own health, get a second opinion, and participation with the trial has really, really, really helped me with my health. And with that, I can be a better person for myself and my family and my community. So I am happy that I did that. Thank you.